Hello, everyone. I'm here with Angela Britt, and I found her on Facebook. It went viral sort of locally. She has what I would consider an artistic backyard or front yard. Is it, Angela, is that a front yard or backyard or the side? What is this?
It's my front side yard.
Okay. Well, you explain it. I'm going to put a picture up on the screen right now. And basically, some might say this is a junkyard, but to me, I look at it, it's kind of cool. It's like that's a really old car, and it looks like you're taking care of the property.
Yes. As you see where there's no grass, that's because I've already brought in one truckload of dirt. I had planned on surrounding both vehicles with dirt and planting flowers, wildflowers, and some bushes. The tires out there were going to be set around it because I had a similar scene last year. And I noticed that people were not noticing my fence last year in the background. So I figured, why don't we move it all over to the same side? There's my house right there. And I figured,
Yep.
why don't we move it all over to the same side so people can look at the cars and the flowers and then see my fence as well. And those
Yeah.
cars sitting here for years. And all of a sudden, we have to move them now that we moved them to the side yard to actually do something nice with them.
Yeah, I mean, it looked to me, it looks kind of cool. Someone else I need to be fair. I'm a journalist, so I'm not. I usually don't give my opinion, but that's pretty cool. And someone else may think it's disgusting, but the thing is, so what happened? You got a letter, or you got a violation, or what happened with? Then this is Burton City, right?
Yes, the city of Burton, we got a violation letter that says that we have vehicles in our side yard that are not legal. They do not have plates. Well, those are the vehicles that are in my side yard, and they're unplatable vehicles. They don't go, they don't have engines. Um, the yellow one had caught on fire. I actually spray painted the chrome on it and stuff. There's no wheels on it. Those are just leaning up against there to look cute. As you see, I knocked one down just so people could see there's not even wheels attached.
Yeah. Wow, that is cool. So that yeah, I'm looking there. Is the part of it a flower garden? The car?
It's going to be. Well,
Okay.
it was going to be. The whole thing was going to be one big flower garden.
Wow. So you got that. Now, what do they want you to do, or what is the city? They want you just to get rid of it?
We need to remove them.
And if you don't,
They'll come and get them.
so the big argument here is what year? Do you know what year those two are? Because I'm
Um,
not a big car guy.
the Legend is probably around in 1933, and the Model T is in 1927, almost 100 years old.
Now there are cars just like that are in museums right now. So it would probably be not classified as a car, but a what's the word I'm looking for? Antique.
Oh, it's stuff. They're both antiques. Yes.
So the city's upset, and someone must have complained, and they're not claiming that this is like a junkyard. They're claiming you have vehicles that aren't plated.
Yep. Aren't legal in my side yard.
Has this happened other years? Have they tried to come after you?
3, 4 times a year. Oh, it's like clockwork.
What happens?
Um, well, we look and try to fix anything that they have an issue with. If they have an issue with something, we fix it. But this is wrong. I don't feel that I should have to move those cars. They can't be plated. I don't even feel that violation. It doesn't even match up with what they want us to move.
Is this the first time they've done this violation?
Yeah. Well, no, they've said that we've had illegal cars here before, right? Because they didn't have plates on them or whatever. Okay. But that's not the case right now. Because
Did they?
time that that's ever happened, we have fixed it. We
Oh,
take care of the problem.
yeah.
What am I supposed to do? That those cars, I just, what do I do with them? I can't have them in my yard.
And you're not going to be adding like two, three, four, five more. That you're pretty much going to work on what you got right here.
Right. And those are the same two that have been in my yard the last 2 years.
Yeah,
This isn't something new.
I would think if I, some people watching right now may think, yeah, I don't want this in my neighborhood, but I'm sure in your neighborhood, there's probably people that have other things in their yards, I would imagine.
There's lots of things in people's yards. I mean, there's a house in our neighborhood that hasn't had siding for over 10 years. Okay, over 10 years.
That's probably not a good look.
I guess the city doesn't notice those things. And then they say, well, you have to call. Well, okay. And I agree. People should call. You shouldn't have trashy yards. And I mean, the house behind me's been abandoned for over 10 years. The garage has critters living in it. It's a mess. Smells come from over there. They don't do anything about all these other things. Their concern is our yard every single year.
So there's abandoned buildings in Burton. There's your point is, I think we talked before. There's a lot of other things going on in that city. They probably need to be focusing on.
Yeah, and if those were an issue, I understand, but that's not what my violation says. You
So
know,
the big question: what are you going to do?
we have a place up north, and we're probably going to take them up there, and I'm going to do what I want to do up there. Eventually, that's where they're going anyway.
Yeah,
Eventually, and
a
then
lot.
I'm just going to do my front flowers and I'm just going to move on with my life and I'm going to get the next write up. And when I get it, I'm going to post it on Facebook every single time. And I'm going to contact you.
Good. Is it just kind of sad because it's not a junkyard. It's not, you don't have rats and rodents going all over the place. I mean, you could understand if that was the case.
Of course. And
Yeah.
I look at it this way. It may not be everybody's cup of tea. Well, there's a lot of things that I may not care for that somebody else may, right? So should their right be taken away as well? Should I be
Yeah,
calling
it's
people?
yeah,
And
it's a slippery slope. What, for example, if I get like a big a rooster statue in my yard? What if someone doesn't like it? So your point is they're starting to go down a line that could be scary.
right, for instance, I could. All right, we're just going to move on with our lives. All right, I never post. You have never seen me post anything like this
Um,
in the past. I was angry. I'm like, are you kidding me? I have
yeah.
been looking so forward to doing my yard. My job is landscaping. It's what I do all day at work. I
Oh
can't wait
wow.
to do my own yard. It's my favorite thing to do. And these jerks have taken it from me. For why? Because somebody says they don't like it? Okay. Well, you know what? I don't like a lot of things around here. So can I just call the city and just tell them stories and they'll just start sending out letters? You know?
Yeah,
And
that
it's frustrating because every single year. I mean, are they going to come and take my cars? I mean,
yeah, those
there's
aren't cars. Yeah, that yeah. What's last question, and then I'll let you go. What's some of the reaction from people on Facebook? Are most people in support of you?
I would say about 98% of people are supportive. Um, there's a couple people who don't even live in Burton were kind of negative about it. And I'm just like, okay, you just have nothing better to do, I guess. And those are the people I assume that call on other people, you know,
Yeah, probably.
and,
Probably.
and whatever. Like I said, we're just going to move on with our lives and we're just going to keep doing what we're doing. And I'm sorry, Burton, but the cars are going to be beautiful in Beaverton.